Okay, sorry, I understand you didn't heard me before, so now you can hear me, I hope. So it was an issue with Zoom. So welcome again. My name is Miki Markovic. Thank you for joining me today on the webinar on Rossler Biometric Solution based on AxTraxNG Manager software. My name is Miki Markovic. I'm the Global Technical Support Director at Rossler Security Product. You are more than welcome to visit our technical support portal at support.rosslersecurity.com. Over there, you will find the full FAQs, frequently asked questions, as well as access control glossary and technical notes releases are already also listed over there. A little bit about Rossler. So Rossler has 35 years of experience in access control and security product. Everything is manufactured and developed in-house. We have our own 5,000 square meters factory in Shenzhen, China. All the development is done in 3 different locations, USA, China, and Israel. All the development is in-house, all the manufacturing is in-house. On today's agenda, so we will review the biometric product line with a technical presentation that explains all the product, how to connect, how the wiring goes, and everything. I will explain about the biometric logic on AxTraxNG, the access management software from Rossler. I will explain how to connect and configure the bioterminal on AxTraxNG, how to attach a biometric terminal to a reader, how to enroll a user fingerprint using a remote terminal and a desktop enrollment unit for both 8000 and 9000 series. I will explain about the user dual collection authentication, what is the benefit of the user dual collection authentication, and how to define it, how it's work, and which products support it. At the end, I will give a Q&A session. On the Q&A session, please type your questions on the Q&A session on Zoom. If you are joining me on YouTube, please use the YouTube chat and I will try to answer. Let's start with the biometric 9000 biometric series, the Bio 9000. Bio 9000 is our high-end biometric solution. It comes with 3 different flavors and a desktop enrollment unit. Support up to 20,000 fingerprint templates, 10,000 users, 2 templates per user. On the AYB 9350, we can support 100,000 fingerprint templates, 50,000 users, 10,000 one-to-one face templates, or 2,000 one-to-any face template. We support both vegan 26 and 34-bit output formats. We have a built-in output relay for controlling a local door. You can use this device as a standalone with the Bio 9000 software, or you can use it as a network together with the Bio 9000 software or AxTraxNG. Also support the RosslareBIO ID and BLE admin mobile apps. The mobile apps give you the ability to use a Bluetooth credentials using the BLE ID and device administration for IP configuration, name configuration with the BLE admin. Let's start with the first product on the line, the AYB 9120BT and 9150BT. Coming 2 different flavors, the 9120 125 kilohertz, the 9150, it's 3056, MIFA Classic, 4-byte CSM only. Recommended cable to be used, 22 gauge. Support both also BLE admin and BLE ID application. Built-in relay for door release, built-in back temper. When using the Bio 9000 devices, you must use the Bio 9000 power supply supplied with the device. Don't try to connect it to the reader output power, it's not strong enough. The layout of the device. So we have the LED on the top. The LED gives us the status of the reading of finger reading, status of card reading, and connection with the server setting. Fingerprint sensor on the middle, and the RFID card reader for card reader. Power and internet. For power supply, we have a connector dedicated for power supply, connected to black and red wires. We have an RJ45 for Ethernet connected, just connected to it, standard RJ45 connector. For the weekend, we need to use the orange, yellow, and black Orange is D0, yellow is D1, and black is ground. This is the WIGAN communication directly to your WIGAN port on the controller. The AYB9250BT, this is the unit that I will use today on the training. Main difference between the 9150 and the 2950 is on the 2950 we have in additional, we have built-in screen. The display can help you to see user ID, time, function keys, and more. And we have four configuration buttons that can be used if you are using the standalone mode for time and attendance. And if you are using as a AxTraxNG mode, they are not in use. You have this, and he has a built-in camera for access event snapshot, which I will show later on today. The description, so on the top you will have the LED. LED is used just for the status. You will see the keep alive status. We have the camera, the pin-on camera for snapshot, the LCD display, function button, fingerprint sensor, the same sensor as we have on the 9120, and we have the RFID reader on the bottom. The screen description, so we have the network status, if it's connected to the server or not. Door status, this is face to the door relay of the device. Status, like fire alarm, temper events, etc., will show on the left side of the display. Function key selection, if the function key is active, you will see the function key selection, which function is selected, and time and date. Time and date is automatically be synced with AxTraxNG server. Connection, power, and Ethernet, so you will have the power supply, the same connector, and RJ45 connector for Ethernet. For the WIGAN, the same wires will need to go to the WIGAN. So orange is data 0, yellow, data 1, and ground. 3 wires for WIGAN directly to your WIGAN port on the controller. The AYB9350 face recognition device. First of all, this is face recognition device. Support up to 10,000 face templates on 1-to-1 mode and 2,000 face templates and 1-to-any mode. Support both 3056 and 125 kilohertz dual frequency card reader. We have a touchscreen for configuration, for setting, etc. We have 2 cameras for the face recognition. The cameras are motorized, so you will stand in front of the device and the camera will go up and down to try to locate your face. Built-in back temper, we have IR lights for low light environment. So if you are in a dark environment, the IR light will lit on and you will be able to identify the face even in low light environment. And of course, we have a built-in device. The terminal descriptions. On the top, you will see the light sensor. The light sensor will tell the terminal when to lit on the IR LEDs and when to turn them off. On the left side, we have the RF and the fingerprint sensor. As I said, the RF is both 3056 and 125. This is dual frequency. Touchscreen on the middle, IR LEDs around the cameras, and the dual cameras is on the bottom side of the terminal. The display will give you information like time and date. You have time and attendance selector if you're using the Biometrics software, so you can have in and out on selection. Input ID, if you're using it as a standalone mode, you just input the user ID and then you can start the authentication. We have the wording and the door status on the top bar, and the face camera live video stream and face detection area. Power and internet. The power supply will be connected to the following input. So we have the following inputs on the top. Here you can enter the power supply. Black is minus, red is a plus. You will connect directly to the power supply plug supply with the power supply coming from Rossler. And internet, we have a built-in RJ45 communicator on the back of the device. For the WIGAN, we have a WIGAN cable connectors with 5 wires. We need only 3 of them. So again, we have orange for data 0, yellow for data 1, black for ground, directly to your WIGAN port on the controller. Recommendation height for the installation. We recommend to place the reader between 155 and 185 centimeters. This is the best location to allocate faces from 155 height to 185 height. So this will give you a various angle of persons that can be registered. If people are a little bit higher, taller, just place the unit a little bit higher. If the user is a little bit shorter, place the device a little bit lower. Where not to install. So first of all, this is an indoor device. Do not install the device outdoor. Do not install the device under incandescent light. This can interfere the video and will not have a face detection correctly. Do not install on a direct sunlight or counter light. So if you have a backlight directly to the cameras of the device, do not install. Make sure the light environment is good. We recommend to have it 1 lux for the enrollment. After this, it can be fine. And that's all about the device. ERB 9000 desktop enrollment device. So this is the desktop enrollment device for the BIO 9000 series. Support AxTraxNG version 27.7 and above. Support RosslareBIO 1000 management software. USB 2.0 connectivity. Support all WinOS. Screen full surface, crystal clear finger scan image. Driver installation needed. The driver is available on Rossler security website. Correct fingerprint enrollment model need to be in the middle of the sensor, not with an angle direct to the sensor. I will show you later on the live demo how to enroll fingerprint correctly. Fingers recommended. You should use those 3 fingers. So we're talking about the thumbs, index finger, middle finger. This is for the BIO 1000 devices. Make sure the fingerprint is clear, not scratched, not wounded. So the identification will be correctly every time the user comes to the device. Comparison tables between the BIO 1000 different devices. So templates, all the device 20,000, while the AYB 9350 support 1,000 fingerprints and 10,000 face in 1-to-1 mode. User 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, and 50,000 fingerprints on the 9350, and 5,000 face on the 9350. EM support 125 kilohertz, the AYB 9120 and the AYB 9350. MIFARE 9150, 9250, 9350 support MIFARE. BLE 9120, 9150, 9250 support BLE credential. Face recognition on the 9350. Snapshot camera support both on the 9250 and the 9350 when connected to AxTraxNG. Door relay for standalone operation, all of the devices. A multi-level authentication when using BIO 9000 software. So on the devices 9120, 9150, 9250, we have card and fingerprint. So RF and fingerprint. RF can be used as any card. And on the 9350, we can have card, fingerprint, face, and code. While if you're using end authentication, it will be all 4 if they're enrolled to users. So if you have a user with a card, face, fingerprint, and a code, it will need to go with a face. Then it will need to present his finger. Then he will need to present his card, and then he will need to punch his code. So it's all 4 authentication, and this is for high security request. 8000 biometric series. On the 8000, we have 2 different versions. One is for the indoor, the AYB 85X0, and one is for the outdoor, vandal resistant AYB 860. 7,000 fingerprint templates, 7,000 users, 1 to any. Support big and 26-bit output, fully supported by AxTraxNG and also by BIO 8000 management software. The AYB 85X0 come in 2 different flavors, 125 kilohertz EM, the AYB 8520, and MIFARE Classic CSN, AYB 8550. Indoor use only. On the top of the device, we have the LED. The LED will give us the status. The status is as follows. On normal mode, it will fade in and out blue LED fade in and out. On approved fingerprint, you will have a success sound and a long green LED. Card read, short LED green. Waiting for card enrollment, blue flashing fast or red flashing fast, depending on which admin is waiting to be enrollment. Excuse me for this. On the back of the device, we will find a mini USB. Mini USB is used for direct connect with a BIO 8000 software or for firmware update. We have the power plug on the left side. We have the RJ45 plug, and we have the vegan plug that we need to take data 0 green, data 1 white, standard vegan colors. The AYB8660 also come in 2 different flavors. The AYB8620 EM, 125 kilohertz. The AYB8650 MIFARE Classic CSN, 3056 megahertz. Anti-bundle case, IK10 rating, fit for other use with IP65 rating. On the LED behaves exactly the same as the AYB82, 8560. So normal mode, fade blue in and out. Approved fingerprint, long green LED. Card read, short green LED, etc. We have the RFID reader on the bottom behind the fingerprint sensor, and a reset button. Reset, we just do like a power reset. On the back, we will find the mini USB. We have the function button. The function button is enabled to register new admin cards to the device, and a temper for back temper for protection. On the wiring, so we have the red and black for power. We have the temper output, 2 wire for temper outputs. We have the vegan output, so green and white data 1, data 0, and we have an RJ45 connectors with an RJ45 plug that you will need to connect for the network. DRB8000, the DRB8000 is an 8000 enrollment unit device. If you have a mix of 9000 and 8000 of the same system, you will need 2 different enrollment device on the same one. Supported by AxTraxNG client and also by BIO manager software. USB 2 connectivity. We know support Win 7 and up. Scheduled surface, crystal clear finger scan image. No driver install is needed. Just plug and play directly. Enrollment method, need to place your finger exactly in the middle, not to top, not to bottom. Just point it directly to the middle. The recommended finger is index finger and middle finger. This is the recommended finger for the BIO 8000 devices. A comparison table between the 8000 and different variants. So templates, all of them 7,000 templates, 7,000 users. EM, the 8520 and the 8620 support EM, while the 8550 and the 8650 support MIFARE. Indoor, the 85X0 are indoor, the 86X0 are outdoor. And anti-bundle, again, the 86X0 are bundle-proof, IK10 rating. Now, with your permission, I will move to a live demo. Just let me set up the new share, and I will be with you in 1 second. Okay, I'm back with you. Thank you very much for waiting. So what I have here as you can see on my camera, this is a demo case that we have. So we have two standard reader. One is BLE reader, the other one is CSN Select reader. I have an X button over here. I have an AC805 with a D805 as a piggyback on top, and 3 biometric readers. We have the AYB9250 over here. You can see when we have 8560, 8550 available here. Regarding your Q&A, I promise I will answer all the Q&A questions at the end. You can type it and I will promise I will answer. So this panel already been set up and connected to my AxTraxNG. I will not cover all the connection with the panels. I hope you're already aware to it, and I will move forward how to add a terminal. So first of all, before adding a terminal, I want to talk about the logic behind the terminal. The logic behind the terminal is that we will only distribute fingers to following the user access group. So following the user access group, the finger will be distributed to the correct terminal following the user access group. So if the user doesn't have access on a door that's attached to a biometric reader, the fingerprint will stay in AxTraxNG database and will not be distributed. In this way, you can get more than the maximum allowed by each terminal. The way we are doing it is just by attaching a biometric terminal to a physical reader in the system, not only by the weekend, but also logical in the software, as I will show in a few minutes. So first of all, I will start and add a biometric terminal to the system. So I will go to terminal and I will click plus. On the plus, I will see the screen of a terminal adding. If I'm on local LAN, I will just click configuration and a search command is sent out to the devices. Over here, I have 3 different devices. I should see all of them and I will add all 3 of them to the system. So I have 3 available devices. The devices are we have the AYB9250, we have the AYB85X0, sorry, and the AYB86X0. What I will do now, I will just set up the IP address. Here the IP address is correct. I will just click apply, and this will send the IP address to the device. This is the first device selected. As you can hear, the device was resetted. You received a new configuration and it's starting to, and the search is coming in. And now, as you can see, the device is configured. Once the device is configured, I will click OK. What we can see here, once it's OK, I can see the device image was changed following the actual device exists. We can see the capacity of fingerprints inside of the device. We have the details like the MAC address, IP address, and port being used. We have the firmware version available on the device. What else we can set up? We can set the fingerprint format outside. We can see exactly which is series and what is the model number. Fingerprint precision, the sensitivity of the fingerprint sensor, live finger detection, the 9000 series support live fingerprint detection, so we can enable or disable, and we can enable the camera snapshot. Once enable the camera snapshot, every reading try on the device will send a snapshot to AxTraxNG server. I will click OK, and the terminal is added. I just want to change the terminal name, so we know exactly which one is which. So it will be AYB9250BT. This is just for the sample and testing. And I will click OK. Now we'll add the other 2 available devices. So click plus, configuration, set the device IP address. I will go to the 85X0, it's 8550 actually. and apply. So changing the IP address to the correct segment and clicking apply. Again, the apply configuration is being sent to the device. Search command is sent again, and the device should be found with the new configuration. So we see configured. I will click OK. Device pictures the same as the model. I will just write the correct model. #8550 and click OK. Device was added. I will add the last device of my network, and then we can go and do the next step. So again, add terminal, configuration, set IP address. So I should have one device not configured. So we have one device available and not configured. I will change the IP address and default gateway. Click apply. IP configuration setting is sent to the terminal, and search command is sent again once the settings are saved, and the device will upload with a configured mode. So we have available. This means that the device is not part of the database of AxTraxNG. Click OK. Device image changed to the correct model, and I will type the name and click OK. What we can see here on AxTraxNG, it's we have the enable. This tells us if the device is enabled or disabled. Description is just the name of the device. Address, it's the ID of the device in the database. Which series, if it's a Bio 9000 or Bio 8000 devices. Model number, this will point out to the model number. On the 8000, I will know if it's an indoor or outdoor device. On the 9000, I will know which device exactly by the series. AC reader, to which access control reader this device is attached, and the status. Status should be okay. If there is any issue, you will see the line in red, and you will see there is no other status. Download, if there is any fingerprint or configuration being downloaded to the terminal, you will see the download updated over here on the amounts of the devices that you have. Next thing I would like to show you is the firmware update for the Bio 9000. For update firmware on the Bio 9000, just click the update firmware. If the firmware is not the latest, so we can see the firmware is not the latest. This is the latest firmware. I have even updated firmware. Click the device, click apply, and the firmware update will go. The firmware update process can be a little bit long for the first time, but next is quite fast. I will give it to run, and the firmware update will be run in the background. Our next step, here we go and attach a fingerprint to a reader. So I will go to my control panel under networks, control panel, and readers. Under readers, I can start attaching the terminals to the reader, and this is where create the magic of spreading the fingerprint separate per the user access group. So in the server room I have one of the Bio 8000 devices. So what I will do, I will click Biometrics, and we select the correct biometric terminals physical attached by the Wigan output of the terminal to this reader port. In this case, it's the 8550. Just select and click OK. I will go same for the server room out. So biometric, the 8650, and the last one is connected to reader 1D. Again, biometric. Select the biometric line. Click OK. Now all the biometric devices are connected and spread. Our next step will be to enroll fingers. For enrolling fingers to a user, we will go to the users, and I will show you two methods using the Bio 8000 device. And once the Bio 9000 update firmware will finish, we will go to the Bio 9000 devices. So first of all, users, department, under never mind which department. Here I already have a user inside. So I will just edit the users and go to credentials. Under the credentials, let me just change the camera location so I can show you the enrollment device. So this is the DRB 8000 enrollment device. I will click enroll from fingerprint terminals. Clicking enroll from fingerprint terminal will attach desktop reader to the PC. It should find this unit. In the meantime, you can see on the events that the firmware update on the 9000 is done and the terminal is back on. You see? Okay, sorry. So enroll for fingerprint terminal. One second with your permission. Okay, let me share again. Sorry. Again, enrollment, DRB 8000 device identified. I will select which finger I want to enroll. In this case, I will go to the left index finger and click enroll. Enroll steps are being shown. So we need to create a two-step enrollment. So I will click scan and I will place my fingerprint. I need to lift my fingerprint from the sensor. If I'm not lifting for a second enrollment, the fingerprint enrollment will fail. I will go again, scan and place my finger. Now I need to place my finger again. If I will not place it in the correct location, we have no match. The matching between the two fingerprint templates is not successful and we cannot get any information from this. So a valid scan, place the fingerprint correctly on the device, remove, and place it again in the correct location. And I missed, I placed my finger a little bit lower. I will place my finger correctly, and we have a matching. Once we have matching, you can see the fingerprint quality is good. You can see all the finger details. You can see all the details of the finger. We can see the matching is success, and click OK. Clicking OK, we have a finger. I can enroll another finger if I want, or I can enroll a finger from a remote terminal. Now I will do it from a remote terminal, and let's place the camera a little bit closer to the terminal so you can see it. Wires. Okay. So now I'm going to the terminal again, and I will select the terminal for the enrollment. So selecting the terminal from the enrollment, I will go with the 8550. I will select the middle finger of my left hand, and I will click enroll. Click enroll, the device is lit up, blue LED flash fast, and I will press my finger once and twice. I got a success sound and fingerprint is enrolled. I will show you the same process, but as a failed one. So I will just select another finger, click enroll, just for the failed one, and I will use 2 different fingers, and it's failed. You can see. So the same on the terminal method, we do the 2-step enrollment, and on the 2-step enrollment, we get the information correctly and get the information. Clicking OK, I added 2 fingers, and I can see the fingers are left, right for index finger, left, right, middle finger, Bio 8000 type fingerprint, and click OK. Clicking OK, following the access group. Let me just change this access group for market, for master, so the fingerprint will be downloaded. You can see on the button that the fingerprint are being downloaded to the device. And the next thing I can do, I can go back to the terminal, and I can see on the devices how many templates I have already decided. So you see we have 2 templates on this device, and we have 2 templates on this device. Now I can test it. Just place my finger. Okay. I see that my index finger enrollment was wrong, but my middle finger enrollment was correct. So what I will do next is just to go and enroll my index finger again. So again, let me move the camera so we can see it. And I will go back to the users. I will go enroll from fingerprint terminal. Let it find the desktop reader. Desktop reader is here. Okay, I will select remove the finger and select it again. Click enroll, click scan, place my fingerprint once, place it again, try again. Click OK, click OK, and OK. Now the fingerprint should be distributed. So let's see. It's refusing to get my finger, but we saw it's working from the enrollment device. I will go to the 9000 now, and just let me replace the USB here. So now I have here the 9000 device. I will connect it to the PC. And it's connected. What's nice about the 9000 device, it's that this device have 3 options to place it in front of the user. So this is the default one. We can place it also in this way. So if the user is sitting in front of you, it may be easier for him to place the finger, and we can also place it in a little bit higher location. And if the person is standing in front of you, it might be easier to point it. Again, we'll go to the user and enroll for a desktop reader. Now on the desktop reader, it should find the Bio 9000 device, and you will see it's a Bio 9000 device here. Okay, so we have the DRB 9000. I will select the finger. In this case, it will be right, but I will enroll my left one. Click enroll in the same pose. Scan. Place your fingerprint twice. Second time. A matching success. Click OK. Click OK. Click OK, and this will be distributed to the device. So we have fingerprint are being distributed. And it should work now. Okay, so I will place my fingerprint. And I get an authorization. So the fingerprint is inserted and it's inside. Our next step is to talk about the dual authentication mode. Dual authentication mode. The user dual authentication gives you the options to authenticate the user with two different weekends. Two different weekends means it can be card and fingerprint. It can be two different fingers. It can be BLE and NFC, NFC and card, UHF and Bluetooth, depend on the device. So two different weekends coming from the same weekend port, two different credentials coming from the same weekend port will give you the options to create a dual authentication. To set a dual authentication, first of all, let me disable the door anti-passback I've been set up on this panel. I will just remove the door anti-passback, and it will be easier for the demonstration. On the reader side, let's go for the server room in reader. Under the setting, we keep the operation mode as card only. If you are using a card and PIN device, we can move it to card and PIN and use dual authentication mode. We will mark the user dual authentication. User dual authentication is active on all access control panels except the AC215, the green version of the AC215 panel that doesn't support the user dual authentication. Time zone. When a dual authentication is required, it can be following a time zone. It can be always, it can be never, and we can create users that override it, and I will show you what is the override for user. For the demonstration now, I will set it to always. Number of sessions is how many users can be identified at the same time. This is more if you're using the UHF, when we have more than one user can be in front of the reader. I recommend to keep it at 1. And session timeout is how long the user needs to present his two credentials. So in this setting, we have a dual authentication on the reader for always. I want to add a card for the user, so just give me options to read the card. See the ID. So this is the reader I need. So let me I will add this credential to the user. Going back on marketing. User credentials 218 58055. It's a card. Click OK. Card added. And what I can do now, I will present my card. You can see user dual authentication initiate. Now I have 10 seconds to present my other credential. If I will try to present my card again, it will start again. We have session timeout. So now we present my card and my finger. And we have access granted with two different credentials. So we can see initiate with the card and granted with the fingerprint. I can show you how it can be done also on the other way around. So initiate with the card, with the fingerprint, and access with the card. So it's any two different weekend credentials will give you the options to have the dual credential authentication. I can also bypass the reader configuration from the user side. So on the user side, I have the user dual authentication override on the reader. I can force this user to be dual authentication on certain time, or can immune this user on certain time. So for the sample, this user will always be immune from dual authentication. I will click OK. And what's happened now, that one credential is good enough to gain access. So dual authentication is disabled. And this is correct for all the dual authentication. It can be also done from a card reader and the BLE. It can be done with NFC. It can be done with any other options. And the last thing I promised you to do is to get, and let's see why it isn't working, is a snapshot. I'm trying to get a snapshot from the terminal. So let me just re-init the terminal. Okay, let the terminal be initiated, and fingerprint will be distributed, and we can try it again. If you have any questions, now is the time. I will review your Q&A questions and also review the YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me at YouTube. I'm appreciated. I see we have quite a lot of audience on YouTube, so let me give me a few minutes and I will also review it. So SDK for standalone, we are not offering an SDK for the device. So we are not offering an SDK. The SDK is only available on AxTraxNG. ADMS function. I'm not familiar with ADMS function. I will have to verify it, but if you can elaborate what is ADMS function, I will be happy to answer. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will also check the chat. Send questions over there, and let's see. If there is a certification of participation, no, there is no certificate. Everything is working fine, and there is no certificate available. So let me share. Okay, so how to enroll a face? To enroll a face, let's see, just a second. To enroll a face, you will need to connect a face terminal. And when going to enroll credentials on the user, I will share the screen again of AxTraxNG. So on the user credential, you have the options to enroll face terminal. Since a face terminal does not exist, this cannot be done. Please select the face terminal you want to use, which Wigan protocol you like it to be, and click OK. What's happened on this stage? It says enroll command is being sent to the terminal, and the user needs to stand in front of the terminal and follow the step displayed on the terminal. So first step is to touch the screen, and you need to decide with two enrollment method, fast and there is fast and full enrollment method. Fast is 3 different angles of the face, full is 5 different angles of the face, and the face enrollment is done. The face credential is being sent encrypted to the AxTraxNG database and be distributed between all face devices available on network. following the user access options. Any other questions? I will be happy to answer. Okay, David Gordon just point his email. So david.gordon@rosslersecurity.com is the regional sales manager for Eastern USA and Eastern Canada. If you like to contact our sales manager over there, is there. Okay, Malik asked about the ADMS. This is a centralized service, yeah, but it's not a web server. It's not a cloud solution. This is an on-premise solution. So of course you can see the application being set over there. And it's served on AxTraxNG database. So you can see everything centralized server with AxTraxNG server or Bio 9000 server on the 9000 device. The 8000 device, it's either AxTraxNG server or a standalone management software that is not a server base. So it's not over the internet, it's over the internet if you are using one location or other VPN allocation of the devices. But it can be if you're on LAN, the fingerprint doesn't go on the internet at all. It's all localized between AxTraxNG server, Bio 9000 server, and the devices. Again, you can connect multiple devices located in different areas and even different countries. Yes, this can be done easily and fully supported, but it's not a web-based, a cloud solution. Everything have to be connected to a centralized server location. We have success with server installed on Azure, but we recommend to have a localized server. It can be a virtual server localized with all the network connection to the devices. So there is no geographical boundaries. There is no. How many devices can be connected from Arlon Elmedo? So it's about 1,000 devices per server, 1,000 terminals per server. Depend on the amounts of user, depend on the system size. The server spec might be changed from the default, from the minimum spec needed, but 1,000 devices per server. Sorry. So if you don't have any questions, I would like to thank you for joining me today. This is much appreciation. Your time is appreciation. So just a small summary. What we saw on this webinar, we have reviewed the Rossler Biometric solutions. We have reviewed the integration and setting of AxTraxNG for the biometric solution, fingerprint enrollment for both 9,000 and 8,000 devices. And we talk about the dual connection authentication features and the benefits of dual connection authentication. I just see, and this is a summary from my side. And we are done. So thank you again. I was Miki Markovic. I'm Global Technical Support Director at Rossler. You are more than welcome to visit our support portal at support.rosslersecurity.com. Just another questions pop up, I think. So you see it. The PowerPoint, yes, just send an email to your local distributor and we will try to provide the PowerPoint. Also, this webinar will be available live on YouTube and the recording will be sent to all of you if needed. PCI DSS, please send your questions by email to your local support guy and I will answer, okay? Thank you very much for your time. This is much appreciated. And see you on the next webinar.